Hey, hope you're doing beautifully. Just want to show you the 2156 designs backstage pass because I have some things that I want to show you. So let's dive in, shall we? As you can see, here we have the individual graphics and here we have the carousels. Well, we have them here. And you might ask, hey Jay, you can call me Jay. Well, how you were able to create all of this amount of graphics in a consistent way and being effective? Well, thank you for asking. Yeah, I want to show you. What I did is that I created reusable design components that I applied throughout all of the graphics to speed up the process. So this file and this file is connected to another file that I created, which I called the Visual Asset Library, which holds all the Lego blocks that I reused. Okay, so by the way, I got this product through Visual Feast. This was teamwork, massive revisions, beautiful ideas, teamwork. I just loved it. So much love towards them, gratitude. This was the biggest social campaign product that I've got so far and absolutely love it. So because of gratitude, not sponsored, check them out, visualfeast.com, okay? Now, this file, that is the brain that I can connect any file to, holds the style here on the right, and it holds the components here on the left, okay? And first I have some preliminary stuff, and then I have the atoms that are nested within molecules, which are nested within templates. And the atoms, for example, you can see that we had a huge challenge that was creating all of this in two different styles, and also with some variations within those styles. I'm going to show you what I mean in a sec, but we have a conservative style and a creative style, and that was the challenge. We wanted to create a conservative version and a creative version, and here I organized the colors. But if I have the colors just like this, it's pretty good for visual reference and to sharing and for having all the different Visual Feast with Midwestern University visual assets organized, but you were not going to be able to invoke all of this stylistic information in other files or within this file. So how you will be able to pull all of these styles into other places? Well, what I did is with the quote-unquote Figma backend, I created all of these here on the right column, and you see the color styles. I have everything over here. But I not only did that with color, I did that with media, with pictures, with text, with effects, with grids. That's pretty cool that Figma has all of these capabilities. Absolutely love this program. So I also created, as I just told you, media elements, photography, typography, shadows and blurs, labels, icons, and vectors. And all of this gets pulled in the files that are connected to this brain. Okay, if that makes sense. And for example, the label is nested within the badge, which is nested within templates. And if I change the label, the badge, and the template is going to be automatically updated. So yeah, I also want to show you how I can invoke, quote unquote, things from the Visual Asset Library. So I can go in any file that I connect that library to the assets, and I can go to the Midwestern University Visual Library, and I can bring anything from the left column, the components. Here I can just click, drag and drop, and I have what I need. And as you can see here in the right column, I made some preset configurations that allow for certain flexibility because I want to create variations. I don't want to create only a few components. I want to create components that have variations within each component, and that way we can create a lot of variety to be able to, in the end, be able to create 156 unique graphics, right? That at the same time look consistent. That was a challenge, you know. So these are the variations You can have different size properties. You can change the icon, you know, for example, let's say that I want to change the icon to this one. I can do it. I can change the text, and everything is responsive. You see how the component is hugging the contents, it's adjusting depending on the amount of contents, which is beautiful because you don't have to worry about layout, spacing, margins, padding. All of that is taken care of. You don't have to worry about messing the design up. That makes collaboration much more feasible in projects in which you need a lot of different eyes into the product, you know, and makes people that might not be that familiar with the style be able to make changes to the content in a snap, knowing that the style will not be affected. Beautiful, right? So that's like the benefit of setting a visual asset library before. Yeah, and by the way that is most ideal to create this visual asset library is to first be creative. In a freeform canvas, brainstorm, go from the general to the specific. When we have set up the creative direction, then you go from the specific, the atoms, to the general, when we already have a creative direction. So that's just for background. Now, I want to show you how I set the templates up, because actually we made something pretty cool, which is the following. You see that this template has some configurations over here. So let's say that I'm presenting this to anyone, and hey, you, what do you think about this one? I can have it with a building, but also with people, and it's that same general vibe, you know? This is within the conservative style, but if you want a different variation within that style, what do you think about this one? Or this one? And within that, I can say this variation with buildings will look like this. What do you think? Oh, cool. You can compare in a very effective way, but you can also invoke different sub styles very fast in any file in which you have this brain connected to. And I just wanted to also show you that you can change the overarching style. So let's see this in creative style. Oh, cool. But I want a different variation. I want it with people. Nice. Oh, my voice got thin. Nice. And I also want to show you, well, what if I want it in a different aspect ratio, like in Instagram stories? I created that here too. And the way that you created that in Figma looks like this. You see that all of this is wrapped in a single component. Cool, right? And when you create that, it's basically this, but you change it with this, with all of these configuration elements. Pretty cool. I just have passion about it, so bear with me. And I want to show you how responsive it is. If you want to update the content, you don't have to worry about layout. I'll show it to you already with a small batch, small component, but with a bigger component like a template also works. So, hello, longer text. It works. You see that? And I have parameters or configuration elements for the text blocks. You see that I can remove the description. I can have a smaller heading size. You see that? I can add a left line, but I'll have to change the color to creative yellow 300, which is the main one. I tag all the main colors with main, and there you go. You see how quick and effective you can edit things with this method and process. And yeah, that's what I want to show you. I think that's it. Yeah, let me think. Yeah, that's all I want to show you. Thank you so much for your time, and have a beautiful day. Bye.